like I gotta keep this as short as possible. I can't ramble, and I'm a huge rambler. Okay, this week's topic is coming out, so I'm gonna tell you a little bit about how I came out, and then at the end, I'm gonna give you some advice. Okay, so when I was 13, I knew. Honestly, I did. I told a few of my close friends I had back then. I didn't. Looking back, I did not have a lot. So I told a few best friends. I'm still friends with them today. To this day. That was 7. No. We've been friends for 9 years. I told them 7 years ago. I've known this for 7 years. I told my mom. She said it was a phase. I went with it, honestly. Maybe it was. So I just kinda dealt. I did not conform to the girl lifestyle. I did not. I didn't know anything about trans, FTM, MTF. I had no idea about any of that stuff. The only thing I knew was that there was a sex change operation, which I would die for. I grew up living as best as I could. I got mistaken for, well, it wasn't until last year that I got mistaken for a man. Because my hair has been chin length down to my back, halfway down my back, for years. I'm lowballing and saying 12 years. 12 years. It hasn't been cut short. I got it cut last September, maybe? I don't know. Since then I've been mistaken as a man, and it feels good to actually be called sir, and have he, his, and him tags attached to it. Growing up through my whole life, I hated my name. Hated the sound. I hated the spelling. I couldn't do it. It was just, I appreciate the foundation for it, but it's just not me. It's not me. From 13 on, I grew up. I felt like a guy. I saw myself as a guy. But every day, I have that reminder that I'm not physically a guy. And it's a bummer. Every day, I have that bummer. But I lived and dealt with it, thinking, I just gotta learn. This isn't gonna change. I gotta learn. This past May, I won't get into exactly what happened, but I could have died from this thing that happened. I won't get into it because this is a MTF trans man challenge. Sorry, I have speech problems from different things. I apologize. But this isn't a medical channel. I'm staying away from that. But I had a close call. My life could have ended so easily. I'm still dealing with that, physically and mentally a little bit. Afterwards, I had a friend of mine come up to me. We've only known each other for a year at that time. It was 9 months or so. And she straight up asked me, "Are you trans?" It's like, I don't know what that means. She explained it to me. And it was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. That's me. She was like, I knew it. We met off YouTube. When she saw me, she thought I was a man talking to her. She knew I was a man. No matter, she couldn't see me as a woman, no matter how hard she tried. She could not see it. She could only see a man. And she had to ask. It had been floating in her head for a while, and it's just like, yeah. I looked into it and realized I can do something about this. And it made me feel better knowing I'm not messed up. I'm not the only one out there that's trans. It's crazy. I did research, and little by little, I came out to a few of my friends. The friends I told back when I was 13, I confronted them again, and I'm like, it's not a phase. It's not. If it was a phase, I would have grown out of it by now. The older I got, stronger it got. This is how it needs to be. I'm not meant to play the woman part. I meant to play the man part. If that makes any sense. The trans men, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If there's people here that aren't trans watching this, you might understand it. You might not. I don't know. I researched and researched and researched. I'm still researching, getting as much knowledge as I can. August, end of August, beginning of September. All my friends are on Facebook. I knew it was time that I came out. So, I was talking to my friend, the same one that confronted me in May. I was talking to her going, I need to post this. It's time to come out to everybody. How am I supposed to do this? I don't know how. Coming out scared me, honestly. I was scared of losing so many people. That's been a thing with me my whole life. I'm afraid of losing people, especially those that are dear to me. I guess it's a fear. I don't know. Never thought about it till now, as I'm making this video. But I knew it had to be done. And she said, okay, here's what you do. Write a post. Because all my friends, all my family, pretty much all my family, are on Facebook. So I did a post, and she said, make sure the first letter of each sentence will spell out, I'm transgendered. It's like, okay. It was a long post, and I wrote it. Then I needed to hit the post button. Ugh. Excuse me. I can't. You guys probably know how hard it is to hit a post button. It was very difficult. After a few minutes of talking, nail-biting, sweating, I was able to hit the post button. Let me think, October the 2nd, I was finally able to delete my old Facebook. I created a new one that I had been using since June. June the 6th, I think, is what the date was on it. Told everybody that read the post, this is what's going to happen. This Facebook is going to be deleted. If you still want to be my friend, if you still want to talk to me, you have to friend me on this Facebook. I'm not going out. I'm not going out of my way and asking people to be my friend. I decided I'm not going to do that. If they want to be my friend, they can friend request me. So, I did it. Because I came out of the closet, and this is going to be kind of a warning to those of you. Since I have come out of the closet, I have been called an abomination and told I will go to hell for being the way I am. I have been kicked out of the church I was going to. I can't go back to the one I was going for before that. I had to Google search trans friendly churches. Found one in my town because the other ones I would go to, I wouldn't get there on time by bus. I'm not legally allowed to drive. Won't get into that either. But yeah, I'd have to go by bus. And bus wasn't running early enough. I wouldn't be able to get to the churches on time. I would miss the service, but I found one. This one is actually very old school. It was one of the first churches in my city, believe it or not. I went to preschool there. That was the very first church I went to growing up. They are friendly. So it's like I'm going back to my roots a little bit. So I've been going there, and they welcome me with open arms, knowing that I'm this way, and seeing me as a man, seeing how I am, kind of not judging by my appearance. I still get called a girl, and ma'am, and miss. The only reason I am getting called that is because my boobs are too big, and even wearing a binder, they do not, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a pillow. They aren't very well hidden, but they are a little more hidden than they were. Okay. So I think with that little explanation, I did give you a warning that you are going to be called names. Told you are an abomination. That you're going to hell. You will lose family. Well, you may lose family. You may lose friends. You gotta be ready for that. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it is what it is.